What you guys, today we'll take a look at the new Zenbook 14. This has the OLED screen. This model is the UX3405MA, and this will be the full review for this new product from Asus. So this Asus Zenbook was sent for review from Asus. All my opinions are my own. No one is reviewing this video before it's released. As you can see, this is exactly how it comes shipped to me. But there may be some changes depending on which version you go for, because there's quite a few different variants available. So in my kit, I got the Zenbook 14 OLED. I also got the Asus Pen 2.0 stylus and the dongle there as well. And I've got the power adapter, and I've also got the pouch for holding the actual Zenbook 14. So that's what I got in the kit sent to me. Let's take a look at it in close detail here. So this is the actual Zenbook 14, a brand new UX3405MA. Now on this little Asus Zenbook 14 OLED, we do have the ErgoSense keyboard on here. This does have the ErgoSense touchpad as well, with the multi-gesture support and also ultra smooth surface with anti-fingerprint coating touchpad. Now, the ErgoSense keyboard does come with a pitch of 19.5mm and also 0.3mm dish with 1.4mm key travel. So this keyboard is a pretty nice keyboard to type on. It's super lightweight. It only weighs 1.2 kilograms, and also the side profile is less than 14.9mm. So as you can see, pretty slim and lightweight. So great for traveling around and also backpacking and things like that. Now on this side of the laptop, we do have two LED indicators and two Thunderbolt 4 USB-C up to 40 Gbps. Also power delivery display port support as well. We also have the 1x audio combo jack and one full-size HDMI 2.1 TMDS port on there as well. So that's on that side. Let's take a look at the other side. On the other side, we only have one USB 3.2 Gen 1 Type A port on there. Also a little bit of ventilation there. Now this laptop is Harman Kardon certified with Dolby Atmos support. Super linear speakers on here with two-way AI noise cancellation built in as well. Also, the Asus Zenbook 14 OLED is crafted with aluminium alloy. Now, the Zenbook 14 OLED comes with three types of CPU. The Intel Core Ultra 5 125H, which is what this one is. And they also have the Ultra 7 155H, and they have the Ultra 9 185H. And they also have up to 32 gigabytes of LPD DDR5 RAM on here, which runs at 7,467 megahertz, which is onboard memory for this particular laptop. So depending on what model you get and what version you get, this one has 16 gigabytes of RAM in here. So when I look over on the bottom of the laptop, you can see we have some ventilation and some rubber feet here, and we also have some ventilation up here and a big load of ventilation here. Now we'll take a look inside the laptop in a second when I open it up. But first, let's have a look at the ErgoLift hinge here. I do like this hinge. It opens up very easily, as you can see, with one hand. Also, it does open up to 180 degrees, lies completely flat here. Now, depending on what type of version you go for and what specifications you go for, I'm pretty sure there's going to be different variants of this particular laptop that you can go for. A little bit of wobble on the screen there. When you're typing, I did recognize there was a little bit of wobble on the screen when you're typing, but not too bad. Now, because it's super lightweight and thin, as you would expect, along the palm rest and along near the keyboard area here, this is pretty thin around this area. Now, of course, there has to be a bit of movement on the touchpad because that's where you're touching the touchpad, but on the palm rest, there's a bit of movement, and on the keyboard as well. Moving on to the camera, it does have built-in security feature where you can slide that over. FHD 3D NR IR camera also has ambient light sensor and color light sensor on here as well. But I'm pretty sure you're not buying a laptop on strength of how good a camera is on the laptop, but it is good enough for Microsoft Teams and programs like that as well. So I've removed the back cover, and you can see the battery here as a 75 watt hour lithium polymer battery in here with up to 15 hours of use on a full charge. Now this does have up to 1 terabyte of PCIe 4.0 NVMe M.2 SSD in here. Does come with 3 CPU flavors on here, which I've already mentioned, as you can see them on the screen here. But this one is the ULTRA5125H. The GPU is an Intel Arc DX12 Ultimate XeSS AV1. I'll show you some benchmarks and testing a little bit later on, but let me remove the battery here. It is replaceable, as you can see. This model has 16 gigabytes of RAM, LPDDR5X, which is on board. We do have dual band Wi-Fi 6E, which is the 802.11ax, and we have Bluetooth 5.3. Now also we have neutral compute engine dedicated to low power AI engine, broad SW support for this particular laptop as well. Now with the Asus Zenbook 14 OLED, this does come with my Asus as you'd expect. And again, inside here, you'll be able to make changes to your battery care and also for your fan profiles, hibernation, and things like that. So there's a load of settings inside here like volume boost and other things that you can have a play around with. So if you want to get your system specs, you can do your serial number. You can even upgrade your warranty and also get to customer support from here as well on the My Asus app that's built into this laptop. So quite a useful thing. You can also reset your PC from here. One-click diagnosis as well. If you're having issues with your laptop, you can run the diagnostic suite right inside the My Asus here. Now, again, like I said, you can do your power and performance settings inside here, your battery care, your hibernation, and other settings inside here. You can tinker around to get it set up exactly how you like it right inside this area right here. And with the screen being an OLED screen, there's going to be some OLED care inside here as well, because you can make some changes to your OLED, like you can see here, Asus OLED Care, pixel refresh and all that sort of stuff. And there's a bunch of other bits inside here. I'm not going to go through all of this, but there's quite a lot on here. Now, also, the keyboard is backlit here, so you can change the brightness to whatever you like. And with it being silver, it's not the most brightest in daylight, but in the nighttime, it is pretty decent, as you can see here. So if you're working at night, you can see the keyboard if you need to look at the keyboard when you're typing. That is quite useful for some people. If you're touch typing, you don't look at the keyboard, then that's not really going to be a big issue. But in the daylight, if you want to know what it looks like, that's what it looks like with the light on. As you can see, it's not that bright, and it does light the keys up a little bit, but that's what it looks like with the lights on. Now, if the laptop was black, you would get a better light display with the lights on, but with it being silver, you can see the results right there. Let's have a look at the screen itself. The actual video here is not doing it justice. It really is a decent screen. The screen is 14-inch 3K, that's 2880 by 1800 display with 120 Hz refresh rate. You're also getting that 100% DCI-P3 color gamut and also that eye care built into it with the 600 True Blacks on this particular monitor. It looks absolutely stunning. It really does, as you would expect from an OLED screen. Now, if you're wondering what the side view angle is, you can take a look right here. Pretty decent, as you would expect. Being OLED, you can see all the details. Not that people are going to be viewing it from the side. The cornering is a Gorilla Glass MBT as well for this particular screen. Now, the contrast ratio is 1,000,000:1 with 0.2 millisecond response time, 70% less blue light than the standard LCDs. Now, you're also getting up to 600 nits of peak brightness and 0.0005 nits of deep black brightness as well on this particular panel. Now, the display is also certified VESA Display HDR with 600 True Blacks, assuring vivid color and high dynamic contrast. The actual screen itself is not getting the justice it deserves from my camera. It is absolutely mind-blowing, the quality of this panel. As you can see, it comes pre-installed with Windows 11 Pro, and again, it's 22H2, but when you do an update, that will bring you up to the latest version of Windows. The ULTRA5125H on this particular version with 16 gigabytes of RAM is plenty enough for a lot of people, but you have that Ultra 7 and Ultra 9 for those power users as well. The reads and write speeds on this are 4,596.15 on the reads, and the writes are 1,772.55 on the writes for the NVMe drive that comes in this particular model. Now, if you're needing a model with more than 16 gigabytes of RAM because it's soldered to the motherboard, make sure you buy one with more memory in it, because once you buy one of these versions, you won't be upgrading the memory. So you can get up to 32 gigabytes of RAM if you need that particular model. Gaming, as you can see here, it can handle games as well. If you're wanting something that can do a bit of gaming as well as video editing, or maybe you want to do a bit of photo editing, then the Ultra 5 is going to be plenty powerful for you. If you need a bit more oomph, then you can go for the Ultra 7 or even the Ultra 9 with maximum memory in there as well, which is going to be plenty powerful enough for 4K video editing. But again, this version here is plenty powerful for a lot of people. So if you're looking for a laptop that's super lightweight, very well designed, with a lovely panel, a 14-inch OLED screen, and again, great for travel and things like that as well. If you're looking for one of those type, then give this a check out. It's a pretty decent laptop, I must admit. Asus have been making some really good laptops of late, and I must say, this one is pretty impressive as well. I did a quick benchmark with the pass mark rating here, as you can see, and these are the pass mark ratings for that particular laptop. And I've put those up on the screen for you. You can pause the screen and read those at your own leisure. I'll also pop up the system specs on the screen so you can pause those and take a look at those in more detail. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of this particular laptop. I'll be happy to read your feedback. My name has been Brian from briteccomputers.co.uk. Just want to say a quick shout out to my YouTube members. I do appreciate the support, and I shall catch you in the next video, or I'll catch you on the Discord server for a chat. Bye for now.